especially in Ashanti region and its environs. Eti hu sika wanye and also da eti demonstration no mo hihye mu because mo ba ne kase wey any Wontumi asase. The Attorney General rejected the plea bargain because of omaye say ko mo de kwa kotua sika no omo say it's not enough and ehwe che ma Wontumi hwe de oya ne hu okrom a wo bra na power wo so na ne hwe ba bia wo
agora fi party be chance ye be here no be je campaign so apaso aye campaign ma MPP BDS gang akwa about the feel okay the old about to be one a contribution for.
This is Boadu TV, truth and integrity.
That was promised, as well as a refinancing plan for the growth agenda that names its sources. And here, let me make this point. The minister has already started sounding the market that he's going to announce some new strategies tomorrow. Mr. Minister, there's a mid-year review to assess performance. Policies have already been announced and funded. Any new policy will just be more settings, props, and audio announcements because they are unfunded. Already, you are struggling to fund the announced policies and promises. Desist from the temptation to announce new cities, new policies, and new projects.
Ranking member on the economy, Honorable Oppong N, member of Parliament of Fancy Airebi, Anodi, Central for Nsiamui, MPP Amanyoko, ya. Wamode chere niema hudo bi akoso ewo kromu a aban candidate den so entisa ebi cocoa prices no even though say aban we atete prices so e de ama cocoa fo no bepem na cocoa farmers ni bi ewo ho a wamugususu because omonsan kom sika. We are going to take these issues one by one. I want to emphatically state say cocoa problem ababeto apart from globally reduction in buy world market cocoa prices cocoa problem it was created by the MPP because in the year 2023-2024 cocoa crop season they made a projection of about 800,000 metric tons and woman the loan one baby bought Besia editor cocoa no under Oppong N under the former president and under Kwakufado under Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia. They made a projection of 800,000 metric tons of cocoa. Say eno anomube timidia ba eti woma je hu sika. Say womo de ba Ghana no mo de ababeto cocoa. Abusia in 2023-2024 cocoa crop season after say one loan a projection of 800,000 metric tons MPP for year no matimiya supply cocoa be 470,000 metric tons sika no so asa eti me no dey can say before 2024 ya to aba MPP for free adidie mu no na womu eka woma jade ato wo no production 800,000 metric tons omukwaji sika etimi supply 470,000 metric tons no omuja over 330,000 metric tons eka added to cocoa board. Yeah, mo wa no gusu kasa wo krom ha the cocoa board nko the MPP e dia ye cocoa board ye biem ha wo ye mbehyew. Of course, every sector under the former president Nana Dakwakufado Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia was heavily mismanaged. When it comes to their finances, when it comes to the managerial, when it comes to every aspect of that sector, it was mismanaged under Nana Dakwakufado. And until then, Crawford Chakwan, no Wamura Yoko, no Mura police, or Mura NIB, no Mura special prosecutor. All the security agencies now office have been filled by MPP past officials. You don't even know what is coming. And nay, His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama and this Abayaba, me know they can say Oko world market a price, a bag of cocoa, I say ati. Well, last year, price of Mompany John Dramani Mama, and the man cocoa for say, Uko world market a bag of cocoa, say I bet 2,857 no, me know what they can say, South world market so sati, and out of that 2,857 no, Mompany John Dramani Mama, I say, one make cocoa creani be your friend say 2,587. Cocoa creani be 1 bag. And 1 bag of cocoa be okreani edema aban no wakokoto no aban ne mfa so de ye 300 Ghana cedis. And one of them of fertilizer. And one of them are wood inside. And one of sign a produce near Madema wa. So say cocoa scholarship square cyber back no. Out of that 300 Ghana cedis per bag, buy the benyano, and no annual yes, I say in the amount. But cocoa bag in the swat to world market. There's some Mompany John Dramani Mama say Bayana cocoa a crafo, Wamukuma betom yam, no matimia decide to median anti price in a season way. Was the old price now what the man woman adding to your car. And what are you telling us, MPP? Let's go to our neighboring countries. Cote d'Ivoire. How much is the price of bag of cocoa? Cote d'Ivoire. Etienne Ghana fwa. No mo smuggle cocoa first say. Cote d'Ivoire cotton. If the Cote d'Ivoire price no was no. Obia de aka o maimu. Yeni kromo and say Anna Mompany John Dramani Mama together with the finance minister and this abay a religious ka. And the man cocoa catch for some movement talk ya for cocoa. And the Kochi MPP party executives, I will blow. Say, woman cocoa catching for the one. Sikana woman vento cocoa wahano. Esan say, Cote d'Ivoire, the animal funti. Woman, 1 bag of cocoa. Price a wagana, only rock Cote d'Ivoire, ultimately 2 bags. It's woman Jessicano, and the rock Cote d'Ivoire. It's Cote d'Ivoire, no more cotton. No the cocoa na bagana wo brekwa Ghana for cocoa e ye cocoa catch for woman tuomka MPP for. And honorable, what are you saying? Said the cocoa farmer is still crying. Na Nsanka Nisika na over 330,000 tons of cocoa. E ka mu jade to cocoa board no wo brekwa makwaje besia mu di sasika no aban we onye den wotua. Onye den wotua. And you are here talking about cocoa prices. And Krafom and Sankaya, Wamusu, your vice president, who is now your flag bearer, Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, in 2024 media encounter, one of the journalists in Santrani Baku Bisan said, Your Excellency, cocoa board problem Kasiaba Beto, and then your vice president denied, so what him say problem, our cocoa board. One problem be our crowder. One take crowder. But Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia free power better chino. And then was so at a committee. No munkwakya for 1 year munkodin komo. Na our position there. Obeti me professor solution. Adi amakoko for a friend of what in a fian. What would say? Well, how a cocoa board? Honorable. Me show my way be you. This I'm a bro for. No more be no be kasa de as a mo card ye be bebo mine ye be ba be dwam ha ye ba be kirechirem ye ba biem e de akire ye ma me mo market no ye papa no mo ye cocoa no wo mo ye farms no matter say this government is doing the most to make sure say wo majuma mo ye nfaso be ba so. And you people cocoa bag kodu bako 9,600 na mumma cocoa kiani no 3,100, a difference of 6,500 cocoa bag bakubia and Faswana and another Kokufado and Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. No, cocoa can no bag now Kotonwa. In 2024-2023, now what Kotonwa upon other projections and Bessia Wamukwaji is some mobile town Mantian Town Fankono. Now on Yam Faswa 6,500 on each bag of cocoa. No, I'm out 3,100. Near the Kroma. Honorable Kojo Oppong N aka ho asem eno de owura fi ye be kai Ghana for say mo cocoa bag no na mo ton ba ko bia mo nya 6,500 vaso firi ho no mama kwari na wa fru ni cocoa akodo o people so ati cocoa no abua ahata ma wo no waso de ba fie no 3,100 Wabreko na mo sign ton fertilizer, we reside, and in the amount of the cocoa, you might make for. What are you saying? Wo kromo ayam pneu. Hwe honorable Mutie Siade. Mutie Boamo. Because say I'm fire one bar for young can no crabby, and share ye say. Ghana for to me for side that's what did the any resemono, and my MPP party be a war. When my way, young Shani never dimun some, and that time soon. When my Ghana, everybody should forget it. And sorry, Bio and MPP. What's up, borrowing or some? Borrowing. MPP for every time be American. But say, said His Excellency, the President John Dramani Mahama Abetinasi. And the Jumedia Wadi. Now, for 1 year, 7 months, money I will be called Uncle Global Markets. The bond markets outside this country. Uncle Bob Bessia, in the history of this country, in the Fourth Republic, I didn't see that. Say, I buy Baba Betinasi. Now 1 year, 7 months. No, see Uncle Bond Market. Uncle Bond to be a fiable chenemum, ye local market, no, treasury bills, near Diano, one Bob Bessia, nobody is sending them. And that Kojo Ponkroma, and I'm a finance minister, Ejem, the one in Kokresica di Okroma. I may be found who here, Minkanko for ya, Mr. Michaelado. See what the Mikado from our city gas. And you, and a man or killing because in the Sika no, they are two banking in a moje. And the MPP, and another bank, sir, 1 million 9 billion Ghana cedis. Now, 1 million a beer, your friend is saying, 1 million CSC or bank. I support your liquidity, no. MPP for it, yeah, them. Ken Nanaya Kuntu Kroko for Yata, 8 million, 25 billion egu banks, no. Instead of Sanko 9 billion. No, Media Shomo banks. And what are you saying? Borrowing from Kwame Nkrumah Mreso, Wabda Kwame Nkrumah Cha or Maya Fuma. Say what if I would yet at the amount of my Ghana, no? A free 1957, about him 1960, a republic, about him 2016, and not the president of the republic. John Dramani Mahama AC from na a car of my Ghana at the young public debt in Yanum, and 120 billion Ghana cedis. Now from 2017 up to 2025, January 7th, and another Dankwaku the former president, together with Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia AC from no man use 8 years, one Besia over 600 billion Ghana cedis in this country. Honorable Yana Murefi Muwon. Besia Biani where you say Manjibi, Kulum bond, Bandai bond, Sumirai bond, Centenary bond, MPP for the bond I had 100 years in the Betria, MPP for. Why not borrow Simo? But under the leadership of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and this NDC government, one must see a cannon mujade to one. What Gramoya did you pino, Ajin Kokra, and Yamre Wasika, a Diano, Amon Fescana Momono, one Mutuamoka, Nankomo Fescanaway. Yaya Krum Sikawa. Ya Bobby say near the sa, near Daneno, near the sa, near Tia, near Daneno, near the Abua more MPP for under you. Motin Kokranim Rewasika Dio Yano. And you are saying, say, borrowing. We are asking Kojo Ponkroma say, a Bessia Benagana Bo. Under President John Dramani Mahama, Dr. Kasela to Forsen, and this NDC government, ya say ye Bessia Womabo. On Medina no kasa tra sakeke. O kasa tra e betie ni tra. But under you, and this for you mo besia mo bo enfemra bonti na Ghana for nyina mu say you almost sold out this country to debtors. Edu ba bi na da kwakufa do na France na wo pacho say wo mo mfa sika hodo a ya bo besia fenche yen under the MPP and you are talking about borrowing. Arabo krono ye be ni ye. And then you are saying so soft. Jesus Christ of Nazareth, MPP. Every contract be a MPP, they might under their administration, 80 to 90% of them were so sourced. Including road contractor, who do awarding contractors are. There was no dedicated fund to do those roads, but they gave them out of the sources. Big push contractor who do a cost wage no a fan MPP for the shots here, but next Kabia Nababia, woman yes Kabia to Babia, they knew said they didn't have money, but they awarded those source contract to people. And until over here, se contract and in sakoka ni wa yi ni nsa ni wa dwane mimi kro mo kura pemai udu Jamaica so na udi wani chire your friend say Cactus Creek Hotel ewo your friend say Ebri Jamaica so a contractor wo be bus akwan ne so anu wo gusu awo koji onu ade ni sika ye je besi ade ye abi before tia ne kana contractor na free kwan so kohwe. You are talking about source. After mumu source bebrebe na kwan ya na mutimi ye okromu a road sign ana mutimi ye ewo kromu a bibisa honorable Kojo Oppong kroma me say you tunu na ni ada ho now Ghana babunu no na adwene mu ada ho bibia bie di amano wa hunu say dabi MPP party enya amanyo ko beti ba bere tena ba mu aboa na nkoso de abakro we mu by 2028 ye be mu campaign message okromu and 24-hour economy say and a filling stations bi wo ha no mo ye 24-hour economy de da na NTNDC focus say filling stations no 300 and something ye 24-hour economy enye true na na wo de da na say like Mahmoud ba me aka say choba akra ye 24-hour economy de da o ka kire yen but enei about the security and crofobenya sa reshemu no no de agina ne pump who filling station say an roba bi makini tuo e won so magini sika nwane sometimes cry money tuo nkunu no ntiro en crofo ko wado say wo mu betimi aye adwuma anajo aton fuel with various aye fuel pumps no. What are you telling us? Eti crofo enye mo time and this is not in the 24-hour economy diaba. And as I say, one say who say now a new probably enya kukudro eton fuel anajo because we ya roba treat you areba chitete onu bechew IGP bechew wache wo so a ya do be court uba dem ube ko prison said the mo church ma Wontumi man ti wura bush ekobum ya say nsuo say forest adegu from my name 20 years or them. What are you saying? COVID by under you as information minister. Sika saying ani ati wo kroma say Kojo Oppong kroma mo de aya allowance. Abuso me George media no so fema o. Yes anko minority ho for minority caucus. What me say? Sabre de Mrase begem womunyi section 207 208 criminal law no say we ye obi a womutimi gina so no mo de be chew no minority caucus in parliament just abre de ebe ya aban we womuntwim firi mu womunyi ntontwere sade ebe ya sade womate womunkola de agu TikTok womate womunkola de agu Facebook and all the social media platforms no mu didi amampani fuatem egu womufi no anke betimi akoso
threatens a person's safety or the public peace.
Afekro na mra no womuba be hye mukena Section 207, Section 208, eno criminal law no ema wo kwan ma wo bi edidi atem eka kasafi the threat ni ne ma to so a yetimi chi na fe na wo ba be hye munkina Honorable Alexander Afenyomaken. And then you free if you are not against so wo bi be di atem aka kasafi a eno ti na mra we wo why are you people seeking to repeal this your friend say section? Why should it be repealed? And what are the omudi atema? They will go to cells, and of course, going forward, no, if they are found culpable, they will go to prison. Sadia Camila de kind, prison, not go serving 1 year, no, which is of course a buy kind, make kind, not a swamami dodo. Camila 1 year neswa. Because Kanu, I know ya NDC, Sotium. Your first branch executive, no, more than to how many years? 10 years. Kanu was jailed for threats and insult. I must say, why you're not that go for a buying and in penny for your friend is saying, Camila Yana, Tina Camila, dear 15 years. Nanka, Baumia Baya, now say yes, you're watching, no, so dear 18. Nankia the omonyina gum because of the MPP. So almost a new prison Krankabeya because they have decided say woman bu obi a okromwa no mu bedin krofo atem. And why na ko repele sa assembly? Why na repele? Mon ko repele. Monfa mu 86 or say 87 members no. Mo repeal sa section where mo repeal. Na fe muntu nkrofo ma engu social media ane TV ni radio so say wo mu ni di o mampani John Dramani ma matem wona na yire Lordina mo amu repeal sante sadia sa mra no mate se mra se bedwem fo mbe se mo kena and it's a secret outside MP minority do bia wa no betra koso will be arrested including yourself afenyo marking Martina Krowem atete Krow ya pansam no Mama Ghana ye mobo to say a janka a wisia. Mama Ghana need a so sign because Ghana for GDA tum and your papa say ye ko na afenyo marking any MP before Mumra made it to me na mumedi your mind from 2016. That was the worst mistake this country ever made. Aka president awobem wodi 1 million vote over ebeye omampani wodi in 8 years we are work on omampani obetu no wodi over 1.7 million vote and asa bebetu na betra so asem we dey na ka kire wo we dey na ka kire wo omampani na obetu no with 1 million no one no the 1.7 million na asa ba etre say na dankwa Akufo-Addo's your friend is saying regime administration him being president of the republic Ghana for Makeno 38% wobra wodi president you results amunya 2024 in 2020 ye who results kura MPP nyai no mo de tina abanyam bio in 2020 when who results no bapem na ye misa MPP ni bia ahina na nada Akufo-Addo nyai no de ye mapani is just a question. And what are you saying? Emra we yebese mokina I was saying retakwadu dodo na friend mama 1 video we da bia me catch me producer Mr. Santi sanka sanyema we enka Obrempong men so me mpesa mebo nemom ya che retakwadu a wo friend ho mama 1 na nya na obi tifie ni woka adena wo mo chechecheche police for security agencies echechecheche mayo isa yankoni yankotwa retakwadu video ni mra nsam a waka no so ka kire wo papa so ka kire wo mame nanka wakoma beto yam dia ye be beto adwumedi ni so
ye kwasiaba ati se Lordina me ye kwasiaba me hu hwiam papa me kuna tena so many years na enso Lordina me kunu kwafa amachi da wo enso Lordina enam se na ha mu kankan ti ene ne hu kankan ene ne moto mu kankan ene woni good smelling scent inti no ne kunu bie so rough of
me ba chaw what ensam no wai ana fanyo market say emra ama ho kwan ama yakokoti abayo we no wo mu ntwam omni abi before say yentwa sa amra num yenyin tontwe say de be yan kan krofo bi te say mami 49 years old yes wani ba next year obenya 50 years tie ensemwa the first lady of the Republic of Ghana what in the baby one kanu enya ne hwe said the abayo afa phone no di mami nyami atem egun hufi why na fanyo market say yenya Ghana for MPP for a wo matu so say wo mu be di attempt say mami wo yenya wom munti na me call law school no na me minim say be ba be judge one day e okrom ha na me bompa say bedu no na niema bi say no na ensibio uwura me court unya less than 15 years and nyame adom yes me dem rabia wo wiase ebe jelu 15 years be bia me yede wakose ne kura no awia be ho awia once a week no wa awia said the bear one dwene da utiri mu no. This is politics, this is democracy. If you don't agree with the person, why the insult? Can't you just express your candid opinions without this terrible insult? Can't you? And way, I think you can say, Debbie, Yankum, Nankro and from Wuni, Wabrekwa, send some potoi and some time. And some way, Sabribia Mitia, no Obrempong Mekuma, Ayam Yaomimu. Nanko Munye. Eti Mama 1. Security aso mama 1 mu momfa mra kwan no so wodi for a prison sentence bi a sene fata no momfa ma no no nkonko dam na ye hweso de se de Camille edi kan no e ma foforo abusia ye to adwumade nsuma e wa ha na fe yankọ yanim abi before akasa omkasa omka se Jama Wontumi Joada Oko Court Krana Court ade ne judgment abeto abonten na ne lawyer enka ne ho etie ba ne sen krana court Jama Wontumi lawyer enka ne ho na court timidi sa judgment we ebe so Jama Wontumi akwakwakọ dem entie no na ya atanchia ye kwan ya omafa so no mri Jama Wontumi akwakọ dem a oye politician tia na ye se bibia wa ye bro so ana chese ensema omokeka no Deputy Attorney General Justice Simsai ana ensema hodo a MPP for eka se na Wontumi ne lawyer kra eni court ho ansana de Accra High Court ede sa judgment ne ba eno ana Justice Simsai echechem se obeka ya Wontumi Monday ya ye wie ne lawyer kasai anu wo kire se Wontumi abia enyuma bebre ama nkrofo ye ama employment aba enti senka wo se judge ne kra hwe so who was that man? Senana lawyer ni wa who was that man? Because that was how they address nipa na wakasa and say one only Wontumi lawyer we them because attach here wobeji assembly free and the appear could be lawyer and the appear could be in seven was ne ba graduation wo UK it was ja Wontumi judgment no work UK attach here. And this country cannot and never wait for anybody again. This is the research agenda. Account. If you are supposed to go to prison, you follow. If you are supposed to vomit all the monies you have stolen, in addition to whatever sentence you might get from one corrupt ways, in due time. And it's in a tribunal neighbor, no. Tribunal near share. I'm penny John Romani Mama. Fansasa siya papa yankwa yanim. I was on my way fan and tell my baby fra. I was corruption. Chrono proye kan. If he edokro wo man wo bra eye amemu ababetina wo man so ana say political party ababetina wo man so obebu no e wo say ba fom e wo say suro bi kom ti abi before say ma omoka say na lawyer bi Wontumi lawyer kra ni ho ana ye de ne court ana yakọ bia na ten no just sim say ente sa lawyer se bai wo the lawyer se ba court eni ti no omwe nya lawyer ne kasa ya wono so gina mu kasa edema Wontumi no enti abi before say ma omoka no ehudu rada sem ni bia efu ye ntum futuro mu krofo ani no ebia no abusa ye to so na fe ye nkohwe we na ka me pese meye ka me pese mebo. Okay, what do you call it, Sumbra? The MPP, woman say, Wontumi jail ya wakwe, and yadia womo, a Joe Makuma, no manin ho, etioma to the 25th day of a year July, up to the 30th day of a year July. 6 days, Eddie was say, womo baba be demonstration chenchelenche, kasiepa, ama Ghana ni yasiafa na nyina hunu say, ampa womokoma enjo, chama Wontumi 20 years or the akwade fiase no so yankan nsem a ewo omo press release yibi na fe yanto adwedi no so or see MPP to hold 6-day demonstration over conviction of chairman Wontumi and 20-year sentence. The new patriotic party MPP announces its intention to embark on a 6-day peaceful demonstration across the country over the conviction of our Ashanti regional chairman Bernard Ntwibu Asiako, chairman Wontumi, and the 20-year prison sentence handed down by the court. The demonstration will commence on Saturday, the 25th day of July 2026, and end on Thursday, 30th day of July 2026. This action is being taken to express our strong dissatisfaction with the judgment and to demand justice, fairness, and respect for due process. The party calls on all members, supporters, sympathizers, and well-wishers to come out in their numbers and join the peaceful demonstration. Further details on the venues, routes, and daily activities will be communicated in due course. Let us remain peaceful, law-abiding, and united in this cause. Signed, Justin Fribon-Kodia, General Secretary of the MPP Development in Freedom. Omobwa, they don't develop anything in freedom. They don't even know about development. And Ghana for, as usual, mebunu MPP for buy ya wo mu ja mo sampam ho 8 years said ye wo mu ko rent Ghana for de wo ko yoko no. These are the same youth be on be kwa di MPP for chi, because if you are a well-meaning Ghanaian wo ti amemu ase na wo hwe se amanyoko betene mu a wo be ye ntoto ye betimi aboa no man we afa ne ntema pa bi de afra na wo hwe de His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wo ye na wode mra eye adwuma wo ye ntoto ye yakwan so ye health sector ye hospitals ane niema hodo beboa no man afa ne ntema pa bi de afra na nei MPP for to sa na sesem we akyerew na wo be sori anopa adware abo shu abo perfume se wo nante akoba bi a MPP fo hia se wo mo ye demonstration because Chairman Wontumi akọ forest mu akọ bu nuagu fom etu galamsey asai niema hodo ma se amene wo de ka se samra boy people bi ani wo bi o Chairman Wontumi aka ne nyina gu fom ensu ahodo divert wo mu nyina nso ensu toketiketi bi age se yi na ewura samambo ekom because be ahodo a etwa samra boy ho ahia anke beti bi aso nsuo mu wo Chairman Wontumi aka ne nyina gu fom. If you mean well for Ghana, leave them. One more mudi, one more musikano. Memo 150 cities. Ma fen koto benku 200 cities. Now fen show bottom say udi MPP fuechi because Chairman Wontumi aye galam say asay say forest. Ama sabre eno edina konwie efiase enti wo Ghana ni wo sore no wabo bet ede akire say wo kona Chairman Wontumi wakoye de amano. Mo ye no 1 year or them 2 years or them 10 years or them aje 20 years and so and no the case is stand on nimiri and nay ye ni fi prison man ba the first appearance of the case and also ebuba na years ni be account and ye Exim Bank sika what the fraudulent document ekwaji wo Exim Bank so the koyefuo no one find yefuo no ye plea bargain no. The Attorney General rejected the plea bargain because of my ye say come de kwako to escano or say it's not enough for that particular case. Koko road contractor wodwa Chairman Wontumi je especially in Ashanti region and its environs ati hu sika wanye and also da ho eti demonstration no mo sise mu because mo ba ne kase wey any Wontumi asase Chairman Wontumi the Ashanti regional chairman of the MPP wo bra na aban na Dankwa Akufo-Addo eyo mampani ewo krom ha said no de ne koko eyade because he had the backing of the President of the Republic of Ghana. Into Wabra, even the former Lands and Natural Resource Minister, Samuel Abu Jinapo, actually, Kratademo Mampeni say, Chairman Wontumi galam say, the former President of the Republic of Ghana, and Dankwa Akufo-Addo, as original PCSO, Ekachre, Ghana, Yinani, Riasi, Yina say, Akunta mining is not and never involved in illegal mining. And then you Chairman Wontumi hwede o yan hu okroma wo bra na power also na ne hwe ba bia wo ya de a mo man yen to ye bo ase na wiase e wo wura.
Wontumi's 20-year jail sentence and the reaction of the MPP.
Mami kanche IGP obi asema na hawie. Now I'm getting the men ready.
Onye na men ready. Ade o mo kwan.
You should get the men ready.
Mo kwan.
Oni tear gas. They should get the tear gas enough in stock.
Tear gas in
FPU, water cannons now, so they should refurbish them. Me mechanic, but make master boat and mechanics. You see, we are a serious country. Obrempong, the foot trotro all the time. Me too, me tea, trotro. You think Ghana for Babonti in their numbers to vote and bring President Mahama back to power, despite all the malice, despite all the personal attacks, despite all the humiliating comment of the MPP apparatchiks and assigns? They gave him a mandate. Because the whole thing, no. Dollar is down. City has been stabilized. Ghana can't ever form. Big push is going on. Mahama came to do wonderful. No school fees free stress policy is working.
No fee stress.
No fee stress policy is working. Many more. Minister Beko Parliament ready at the moment to give the year budget review. And then the GSM made them whatever. However, Ghana force I can't pay. chop it up and jail the thief for us. That's all.
And
Oh yes. If MDC want to win the next elections and win and chop it cool, no, cool chop, we must jail the thieves. Simple. You think the people are fools? Dr. Makeno Hine Jekum, before his untimely demise, was say 800 members of Association of Ghana Industries how do you call it? They've died. A dozen of them were in wheelchairs. During the banking sector cleanup exercise, Joy News and Penufo old men. Look, you name who are they? And one grow, you know.
Yeah.
And imagine Kasatintin senior lecture halls, Surana Pa, who not. We market script, we do everything. Fine, because you are building something small. And you see, until I go to the level of this time reading equity trust and succession, and I understand the damage the government caused to Ghanaians. Imagine someone here, Duma, now would buy 100 or 200,000 Ghana cedis. Adia trust Amawuma with a trustee. The beneficiaries being your children because you are the settlor. Now, way, a team collapse bank into affect the trust. The future you are building for Uma. Imagine say a insurance and they are the parents because law number question if you're underage you can insure your parents so that when they died along the line during your minor age the insurance will take care of you. That kind of letter just have business of interest in and they enterprise insurance. Abuas king national dantem or kotem will chase a crime that Wontumi committed a mass murder. You know. They catch you added environmental law in school. And we talk about sustainable development. Yeah. What are the principles behind sustainable development? The simple definition is meeting the need of the current generation without compromising the benefit and the livelihood of the future. And here, you see, when you take care of Akonyane well, it must serve for the next 20 years. And that's sustainable development. Because we feel away now, Brantai Kutao, who Casapero, the table now, having the ability for us to finish the same day. Very well. And that brings a cost to the company. Yanji Omai to me from the bonnet. When I do money to me, the bonnet, and I could for the. I wonder why Akufo-Addo wasn't hauled before the court as how do you call it, a defense witness.
That's the former president, not Wankoye Galam saying.
But I want to assure the MPP. I want to assure Ghanaians who are listening and watching us this afternoon. President Mahama Abaino is slow but sure. We will not rush. The law will apply. Regional Tribunal bill has been passed. President Mahama was like, when you call it Kremo Bawumia, ya or no wine every pork. What is that? You see? Oh no, Mr. Oh no wine, no. Mate, my care side. Because of the respect I have for you and your viewers. My care side. You see, what is that? Kremo Kansemia to Jobuda. Since December January 31st. You are
talking about a digital man.
I am talking about Elijah Muhammadu Bawumia. Since January 31st, 2026. Yeah, I'm for you. How many months now? July the year August. No. Bawumia can someone say the actor from one year so woman that
was a tribunal was president.
I get rubber Bontiabeka because a good design. When you know Konsoba, oh. When a slave sees his colleague being buried in the shallow pit, he should know that when the day comes, he will go the same way. You do my phone show and you can't.
Are you saying?
You do my phone show and can't. You do my phone show you can't. And you to me that way, what kind of cheat?
Are you saying, if you are not a thief near a microphone?
Exactly. Now let me a koto. Tipayaba crow for woman. I was not near Shefwa. It's again to be. And to me, almost tend to cool. I'm going for party, but here. You might be a campaign, so I pass. I campaign my MPP. Come to 28. But see, PDS gang, I want about the feeling. Okay, the old Bible to be one. I confirm you.
The Accra High Court on Monday, Bernard and Chibu Siakwa, Dodona Friend Chairman, Wontumi, the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the MPP, one man of 20 years, Sir Wonfen Concord Fiasi, and nam illegal mining activities, Galamsey, a course, was Savannah Boy, MPP for Akasa, the Afaho, almost with a political prosecution, Akoswama, Wontumi Academy. Wontumi is considered a political prisoner. Sense me then I'll carry a farm.
You mean, Chama Wontumi sentence, no, 2 counts. Baku 20 years, and another one so 20 years. But court say the sentence will run concurrently. Nature said 20 years first one air corner, na second one so then air co. And there's a bonus for 10,000 penalty units. 10,000 penalty units in penalty unit be 12 cities. Nature say 1 tiasa 10,000 times 12 say 120,000 for each and over additional 3 years. And it's a 120,000 fine.
That's the 10,000 penalty
units. 1 tier. Nature say obeko 23 years for one and 23 years for the other one. What you say?
Okay.
Aha. And yet, yeah, funny say 20 years. Sack no 20 years and I fine. And another 20 years and I fine. Now me I want me adebako American say court the buata na wo dwen say atembo enya na famra kwan so you have a right of appeal. And he say MPP for munim say court atembo na court na MIA no am famra kwan so na it was wrong. Go to court. Why the noise?
They are even going out for a demonstration.
Why demonstrate?
6 days.
Why demonstrate? So when you siaga, you see, Wontumi, what is the fact? Simple is say, you see, Wontumi and your concession. Say, your man of concession say, own to gold. And yes, sir.
Yeah.
Now, on no Wontumi no, Eddie, sir, we know, right, Eddie, ama, ubi fufro. Enkumni ni account, ni Crawford be say, omunko, into 2 gold. No more fa. Sikano benya from a mine no omufanye reclamation and because you say concession na yedama Wontumi aban and the emanent no he cannot sublet sir right to somebody without the approval of the minister.
Okay.
One yes sir. No dey move people from. So it's number one, you have flouted what the law.
Okay.
Me tell our short because many also be kasa time ko.
Yes.
What is here?
Yes.
And the court Wontumi say or no or the yinema is on your reclamation. And I court in the business say who discuss on some final reclamation say dey be. So nipa na wo see on your reclamation no. He for no benyesika e dey higher reclamation no. Nipa na wo dey concession man no so say wo Wontumi wo say ono tutu gold. Onya galamse illegal money. Onyeska no fanye reclamation. Usan e de ne ko so bebi a obanya excavators ni sanema excavators e de reclamation. Niema ye de tutu gold usan lidi no. Enti court no say ba Wontumi nipa ne say wo say on tutu gold no first can obanya no fanye reclamation. And I wo say entisa. Ska be who this man who see baby. Enti onya sika wan. Enti court no share circumstances so say no. Ni nipa ne kan no it makes more than sense. That is why I say you were abetted, you aided, you facilitated. Sanyama we na obi ko ekoye boni ekodi boni bi na wo boa ne pa no e wo mra kwan so wo boa ne e wo mremu obi kodi boni bi na wo boa ne pa na otimi edisa boni na wa boa na wo edisa boni no you are also culpable.
Okay.
That is what it is. And it's a mumu say muntia say that thing is go to court.
Okay.
Na munko kofesi mrano bibia court no edifo na court na mbu ateye na matin na it is me won nya nyama omuka so mbe press conferences ni SACs they demonstrate actually sir omomu nim say atembo ni okay but they want to reap public sympathy. And for me we enkosi aga go to court The courts are there to deal with the matter.
Yes.
And they just throwing dust into our eyes. And Tiawa Mekafa Wontumi asem away.
Very well.
Is it Emmy Africa, right? I want the invitation, a command. There is a program on the 28th of this month.
Okay.
In UK.
Okay.
That will be Thursday or China week.
Okay.
And I'm not to suffer boss or something in my better Jumadinachi. I can only wish him well. Boss, keep shining. We are one of the young guys in our political dispensation. Why chart a new path? And saying this, I am so attractive to the youth. Now, all over the universities, people are looking up to NDC as a political party. In fact, you see, I did MPP party, the measures of some in NDC political scene. Yeah, in the political scene of Ghana.
Oh, wow.
One, he was young, very intelligent. For NDC to have put such a young, brilliant guy on the party communications was a blow to the MPP. A man who never lost any debate. Consistently during the days in opposition for 8 years. When he came in 2018, 6 years with us in opposition, MPP never won a debate against him. Samene shifted politics from insult, careless and reckless allegations,
yes, into
issue, factual based argument and justification of same. Oka Asama, he proved it with document, he proved it with publication, he proved it with official source. MPP is not known to that level of politics. Into through the entire party in an off year. Yeah, some model the NDC communication organ to move towards a certain line. You can't just sit and speak anyhow. Every meeting, the first one he gives us, whatever you see on radio, can you prove it?
Okay, that's the question.
Yes, can you prove it? If you can't prove it, don't say it, because the viewers are discerning. And you are not learned. Anyway, we are not discussing something. So, remember, boss, we have thought to have him as our leader, and then we look up to him. No wonder, and then because of when we look at the new good board, and something happens. If we are to talk about individuals or more politically consistent, it is Sami. He has always remained consistent. And resource is his hallmark. We are not two President Muhammad didn't say the nation's builder. No, the builder of future leaders. So, sorry, good afternoon to you.
Great one.
That's wherever you are.
Yes.
The conversation is the freedom of speech.
Sure. Repealing that law.
Repealing what law?
Will be a forced publication. Was one would answer the question, and the minorities demanded said that law should be repealed.
You see, even when the Constitution was promulgated in 1992, the framers of the Constitution, in their infinite wisdom, laid a foundation, impose a limit on freedom of expression and freedom of speech. I am holding a copy of the Constitution in my hand, and I will demonstrate to you why I'm saying this in a moment.
Okay.
But see, sir, if we are to allow the call of the minority to stand, can we be cancer name a topics in Temwa? There's a book we be come the Beba, Mahama's Hammer.
Okay.
That's the name of the book.
Okay.
The publications of compilation of articles written by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama as he is now, and Honorable Mahama as he then was, from 2002. 2001, 2004. Alex Akego in the compiled President Mahama articles, no, they published that book no to the Mahama Hammer. And then so be a book not our system anymore. There is an issue where President Mahama wrote about somewhere in 2002. What do we do with the media? That's the title of the article.
Okay.
President Mahama quoted a lamentation by the then Vice President, His Excellency Alhaji Aliu Mahama, following the repeal of the criminal libel law a brother MPP4 a program Eastern Region Kofodia to be precise, where Alhaji Ali Mahama bemoaned the media and warned. Say, those times in a call-in sessions started by, if you remember.
Yeah.
Radio program being called in.
Phone lines,
and he said that people were using the call-in as an avenue to malign government and caution media stations to install electronic gadget a bit delay phone-in calls transmission to air.
So be
yes, on make enough filters as now come from him.
Okay.
And he warned that they shouldn't take the repeal of the criminal libel law to mean government is wicked after all. That was then. What even led to the publication, how do you call it, the repeal of the criminal libel law? It came about as a result of a case which, if I recall, I'll mention it. Is it? If I remember the case, I'll mention it to you. That case was taken to court. It was a publication about the former first lady. Yeah, I don't know, say, were export to cocaine or something like that. In fact, it was malicious. And publicate, I think there was a Ghanaian Chronicle at that time, it's a publication. It was a Kufuor who was their lead counsel at that time. The short of the story is that Ebema, the basis, Kufuor was a human rights lawyer. So Kufuor getting that moniker of human rights lawyer was born out of a maligning, a misleading, a publication of false information, which he happened to be a lead counsel of the accused persons. They ended that name. So he aired that name crudely. You get that? The MPP politics have over the years survived on policies of deception, lies, vexation, and deception. Now, we share what we now. We no coffee MPP more obewu. That's where they are. It has also William Trophy MPP more obewu.
Okay.
That's how the party have been structured. Lies, 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 and lies. But then, the amount of people watching the pan and social media and access to mass information. You can Google and get it, or you go to TikTok, you get it, or you go on AI search. That's something I can.
Yeah.
Say, well, system more, the system will bring it to you. Because they're unable to transition and do politics of decency, they are stuck in their old self. And no, it's one of the viruses, regardless of no. So now, they think that the only way MPP can become relevant, they say, you couldn't collab from social media and go after the personality of the president and the first lady. In some much Wontumi kafa President Mahama in the year who said it, yes, and pa. Who can't say a family, Papa, who make sure about I'm telling you. So I bet you, Papa, and a housemaid, make sure about you. But kind of one of fun would be. Oh, but you, a commence MPP, common sense, Yansa, Omayaka. Omayaka. And the party members are intellectuals. What are you? Is it even true MPP intellectual party? They are too misleading political status MPP4 are adopting
doctors, lawyers,
yeah,
PhD
holders. Because if you recall, 1960s Urbano, Kwame Nkrumah, who was he? A common man who went to study in abroad. No bad fear, say, I am leading my nation to liberation, right?
Yes.
Same as Moses. How rich was Moses? How learned was Moses? But Onyankopon saw the commonness in him. When he the training room, and he chose Moses, or leader my Israel out of captivity in Egypt. The same way that Kwame Nkrumah could share there a when we who say, what na buchi, one of Buniatna, one of Bunishu, what not train papum, what other papamunti, or some bucha Ghana for fear. No, he never did that. He associated himself with the common people and formed the CPP in 1947 that eventually won Ghana political independence. And the JB Dankwa offshoot, BJ the Rocha, Peter Lajate, and those guys who buy in they saw themselves as learned bourgeoisies. I am sorry to say this because I am a student of law. With all due respect to the legal fraternity, I said the law is an arrogant profession. I am sorry to say this. It's an arrogant profession because lawyer, particularly embar lawyers, you understand what I'm saying? Who said Ocheo? That bourgeoisie mentality clouded their sense of judgment. So they were able to adapt to the system and they continued. Kwame Nkrumah, they never regarded Kwame Nkrumah because he associated himself with the common people. When NDC came out of PNDC in 1992, Rawlings also adopted the same party because he was equally a common man. 1979, 1980, 81, then 1992. Now, when the NDC came to power or emerged as a political party, we adopted that common approach, bringing every Ghanaian together. That is why the party is Congress. Okay? Then you move along that line. And the MPP for at any point, say, because the partner can say, for him, so they are the limit bank. MPP lawyers are more honor. Over 80% or 90%, I dare say, were trained by lawyers like Chijikatanum, Professor Thomas, former Chief Justice Sophia Kufu, was so bad for the magnanimity of Professor Mills, she couldn't have been a lawyer.
Slausu.
Only one of them. Now, lawyer Yachain Muku, Sao Umano. No, the uncrophobia Ghana, I am on record to have said this, and I have no shame at all to say this or any fear to say it. The women of Cotton Crophobia heaven, I will protest. I could follow one of them.
Petition God.
The women, I will not petition God. The women of Cotton Crophobia heaven, I will protest.
So when Tias was here, the former president of
the pass Mr. Kufado heaven. I will be shocked.
I didn't see.
I will protest. And of course, major transfer.
So why are you doing?
Major transfer. He doesn't qualify to be there.
Transfer and
if any money, I will leave that to me. No. Now what for civilian about yourself, few who public as a cartoon or to down. When many businesses are very popular. He's also one of them. I quarter of a USC said, Kukranda Shum, open back Kuman, so one of them. So these are charlatans. Okay? They don't have the national heart. Property owning Democrat. A confusion. A reformer. A reformer.
I know
these are descriptive words. These are descriptive words. Because we will be here, it's a descriptive. Because we are confused, and you super America wasn't, and you strong words. So, so what do a fellow mark in Pano to Parliament? Ebu Bomsa come about here, Jatarin and Ma. Understand it? Because a fellow marking doesn't have credibility. Obiamin Boom Gun hire fellow marking.
No,
let me tell you why.
He's a minority.
Oh, forget it. Minority the two trainers are a police
and a member of Parliament.
Oh, please. Minority the two trainers are a police officers in uniform. But for anything, respect the crown nation and respect it. That's a symbol of the state. A lawyer, a senior member of the bar, who organizes press conference and malign a sitting judge and call him names, making frivolous allegations against the bench. You expect me as a law student to respect this man because he's a senior member of the bar? No, I won't respect him until he behaves himself according to the ethics of the profession. I won't do that. He is called and said we should repeal one law, listen to Article 21. And you see some of the media make mistakes. Almost one of my quote, whoa, Article 21, freedom of speech. No, if you are reading the Constitution, don't read them in part. Read the provision in whole. Listen to the law. Article 21. All persons. Who's what all persons were?
Yes.
And the fundamental human rights of the law, as enshrined in Article 21, takes inspiration from Article 12 clause 1. Okay? And Article 12 clause 1 which is the foundation of all human rights, liberties, and freedom enshrined in this constitution, says what? The fundamental human rights and freedom enshrined in this chapter, not this provision or this article, this chapter, means the whole chapter 12 shall be respected by all natural and legal persons. Why natural and legal persons? Legal persons because when a company is incorporated in Ghana, that company is a legal entity distinct from its directors. And you say, right now, Obi enjoy under Article 21 now. That right now, you're only natural persons like you and I. Companies also have right to trade, to exercise their business right, to acquire business certificate, and to do all many things that the law requires of them to do. Okay? It's a law that can all persons are. It means all legal and natural persons, but the framework doesn't need to make that distinction because it has been made already under Article 12 clause 1. Number one thing, including the organs of government, the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. Okay? And all natural and legal persons, and shall be upheld and enforced by the court. Now, only the Article 21 of Moses all persons have the right to freedom of speech and expression, which shall include freedom of the press and other media. Okay? B, freedom of thought, conscience, and beliefs, which shall include academic freedom, freedom to practice any religion and to manifest such practice, freedom of assembly, including freedom to take part in procession and demonstration. They came down to Article 41. And now, listen to Article 41. The exercise and enjoyment of right and freedoms is inseparable. Okay?
Okay.
I am not a judge. But per my little constitutional law, this Article 41 is laying a limit to Article 21, where you cannot go beyond. And to consider the exercise and enjoyment of freedoms and right and freedoms is inseparable from the performance of duties and obligations, meaning whilst you are enjoying the right to speak, the right to express your view, know that they are right and their obligations and duties imposed on you by the same constitution. And accordingly, it shall be the duty of every citizen A, to promote the prestige and good name of Ghana and respect the symbols of Ghana.
It's in a minority to me in Kase. They are demanding for a repeal.
Maybe you are listening to me, right? To foster national unity and live in harmony with others. 3, others to respect the right, freedom, and legitimate interests of others, and generally to refrain from doing acts detrimental to the welfare of other persons. What does that mean? You have a fair marking and in a group, minority, this insignificant members in parliament talking anyhow because everyone, once you are of town, you own one vote. And the conglomeration of that one vote have put them in parliament and they're misbehaving. These guys and people, that party must be banned from Ghana. Yes. And if NDC want to understand, we will say, Team Ghana for the mile, that too will include ban the MPP if we could. We should do it. And then we will say, we must use this opportunity to introduce the electoral college system. No party can form government in Ghana unless you win certain majority number of regions.
Percentage.
It must be done, yes. Percentage completely bogus. If that were the case, Akufo-Addo couldn't have called the 2020 elections. He couldn't have crossed. Because regions are 20.
Okay, me don't say.
And also be taking all over the gerrymandering and shenaniganism of the electoral commission. It will clear all those things. Right. So, we conclude the call for the repeal is bogus, is irrelevant, is childish, is unconstitutional. It defies good conscience, convention, and principle of good governance. We must nip it in the bud.
His Excellency, Tribunal Bill Neba signing quickly na enye law na yemfa embojuma so that sebi omu fum oman sika ebetimi a deal with them na Martin so say yesi niama ekoso oman mu na kenufurata dabe no beba eno so yasem wa say adwen ho say na because mkrofo we oman sika o during this period meeting say Council of State, Constitutional Review Committee, or dual citizen, where acquire say people with dual citizens could be given some public office to hold. They refused, Hey, me one come born say mama omo.
Na on support it.
Mama me so. That kind of forata no po onya dual citizen. Yes, na wako to na UK, United States. See when your green card in Kenya dey obeba. Na so be your man or your dual citizen. Na say woman is supposed to be obefun men sika.
Ye huni biom.
So for me no, the timing was good. Nyame nhihye great o. Kenu for that some way ebe man ya hu say sa dual citizen some way. Me mfo chan. Look, if you want to serve Ghana, be a Ghanaian. If you want to serve the United States, be an American. If you want to serve the British, be a British. What I say?
Okay.
Yeah, we have so many Ghanaians are Ghana from beso musumo mai. Ama mami so you find say obi a all dual citizen, an American citizen, a Ghanaian citizen. What kind of IGP? The person has American interest and Ghanaian interest. Which interest would the person serve? Now say be our security be ometimi edi go against on my and our security architecture. Don't you think so? No, American force was scarcing. Secret. People who are not even dual citizens, they are conniving with CIA. Now, no. Look, we should never accept that.
Okay.
I'm born, man, you. And to meet the Council of State, a Council of State, no, and I support them.
Okay.
And to my, I think the country is moving forward in the right direction.
Sure.
And I may Mr. TUC, I'm begging you. Saya mukase tribunal and some new way, let's allow the tribunal to come. Embrana, MBA Nejuma. We have not tried. You see, time now Mukan tribunal say history, it was under a military regime.
Okay.
But this one, we are no longer under a military regime.
Yes.
Why are the people afraid? You want people to steal money so that they will spend 20 years, 30 years in court.
Yeah.
By the time I ever hear, that's kind of family members, ebi ankra entimi nyane uwa you go see no na you say no people must be jailed.
Very well.
Me I want to see people jailed.
Very
until
well.
mine there bibi akoso
very well.
Last no adiba kunso chima last nso me ti say Justice GF Annan former speaker of Ghana's parliament.
Okay.
Ni memorial lecture. I think it's a good one to actually acknowledge the man, to recognize him. And then so Atamil's lecture Ekoso UPSA. And also was once a great leader. He was one of my mentors.
Okay. Political
mentors at Tamils. His demeanor and all that. Be honest with your country. Serve your country with fortitude and with honesty. Wow. And me say me can crash or say any position I remember to our man Ghana. Me go fumo man sika you understand?
Very well.
I'll make sure say everything is because me we'll do the work and make sure that things are done right.
Good.
And if you are found culpable of the law, the law will deal with you.
Sure.
And to me, Ghana for one, I want to also congratulate the police service led by the IGP, the military and all that. Say Ghana has become peaceful these days. We want to thank all of them. And I'm media phones, you are doing very well. And I mean, Shamona on Tumukamuna, and I almost can cry, so much as I can cry. Now, Trony Bino, and I Binomo, they try to lie and a cry or an Amuye, Sanyamano, Mbwa.
Marty, David. Warri Brown Esquire,
Ashama for
what can
Ashama, Warri Brown to the world. Ashama, my constituency.
I know.
Namia doing Mrebam, I will be contesting.
Oh, nice.
I am a parliamentary candidate hopeful.
Very well.
Namia Duman and Renuduna, one Quanqua.
Okay.
We want to serve the people of Ashama. Ashama must change.
Great. David Warri Brown, a senior lecturer at Accra Technical University, Panini and in Babidinko. Before I make corner, the Bank of Ghana issue in Sambia Babe Tuga. Danona may call Usukronum akɔyɛ photocopy bi medu na obi ɛyɛ photocopy ni bi a ɔde your friend saying coin I think 20 pesos be 5 8 yaka almost your monje na say sika no monje bio the Bank of Ghana e dey aba betu ja say wa wo ton ade wa wo kɔtɔ ade a obi e de ensesa e ma wo coins wo de coins e to ade from 1 peso to 10 peso to 5 peso to every currency a Bank of Ghana e twaram so wo reject say sika no a asotwe da ho ma wo ebetimi de wakɔ court ebetimi a ende okra ko jail nti ne se wote sa asemi afre wo nua bi na ka kire no so obi ba beto de no okuta coin na wo se wonje sa coin na or report wa ye betimi achew ma be koje because a legal tender e sika ye gitum se ye di wo Ghana ha e ma ne ye nti no na onte dia me de kokobo na ba fre wo nua na ka kire no fre wo ma me na wan koye sa mistake no no obi di ni ko police station ko report bi di ni ko meranim ko report se okuta sika we to de o se wonye because e coin na eri asembeba council yento yen komodie ne so the minority caucus in parliament e demand say emra a ejina ho say obi ye force publication obi kan sembia enim obi e kan sembia no dingo obi hu fi threaten ade a etimi gina o meye che no samra no ebe yanka yenyim free ho na freedom of speech e wo ho no obi anka ontimi enjoy no onka nia ope ewo oman Ghana ha if we say TikTokers ahodo bebre a wo belonging to the MPP no sa emra yinti wo mo begina wo mo pages ahodo ekeka sem ye force publication edidi atemu am na emra akọ no makwa form nti no the minority is demanding say samra no omo repeal infri o say be ya obi abetimi enjoy the freedom of speech
senka minority emra na MPP also no kan we na nkameti omo asio hwe enti yen jaima anybody obi biara betimi asori na ne ope no mo keka they can insult betimi aye say anything they like.
Yeah,
is that what they are saying?
Yes,
there must be sanity in this country. Hwe America cry ka say there is freedom of speech anyway cry no enye bibia na obetimi aka ono. You see, me, well, sabi. You see, the minority, they believe, say, when they are in opposition, they should be given the freedom to lie. When say 2016, intro and the winning election, and if you are, they can say anything they like. Intro, and say some mocha. That's what they want to feed on, and we are not going to allow that. Look, what is wrong about the law?
Say emrana ma the security agencies who crime Kamia says as more abuse how by the way our more chichichi
na ya chi obi na say nipa na yesi odi for na de no court na emrana mo kona nipa no representation na say no mo chene is not right the court to set the person free
omo sin common repeal
said the enti and he repeal emra bia o oman mu. You see, I believe say the youth of today some are so arrogant, they don't respect, say all manner of things. Say whereby because of lady na, you see one something Ibrahim, lady na, Jelin and say Kamila Al Hassan.
Yeah.
Ononte na mu kika sanya mayo. Na hwen somehow obey kekaye about the president, the number one gentleman of this country, the family of the president, about certain individuals. And some no kika yokran enye no kre. Intro. How can you say they should kill the president? Those things are serious issues, serious matters. I say, I mean, the judge was even lenient. What I say?
With Camilla 1 year now.
What I say? People cannot just get up and be saying whatever they like in the name of freedom of speech. Freedom of speech must be guided. Freedom of speech does not mean that you go and lie about somebody. And there was a story in as Egypt. I see Obi Eko Kekan and some say Obi I say what your book and then the man was what actually to be killed so and so like that. Okuni banana say Nia Kekan, have you read the book? Or say no. Book no can you, but you are quoting something and you know say Papa and no Troy. Based on that, the man has been harmed. So for me, you see the MPP, anything that goes against them, no, then it is bad. But and you see, and I believe that they are calling for all these things because they want the law repealed so that they can start their shenanigans. And I don't think that we should support these things. For me, he said no. For me, I will not support that. The laws are there. Don't flout the laws. Unim say, "Wano ehawa." Check it. Min pese me ko 1 year. Ti say Camila Al Hassan entino. Min ko jina enko kinkan semu edi asembe breme. Why do you lie on TikTok? Because you have TikTok, you have social media, so you can say anything you like. Why are we getting to? People can insult, and there's no respect in the society. And if we are resetting, there must be that respect. Exactly. Yes, before okay. That near asama me babekeni me can will it create problem for me? Asama me babekeni. So, I mean, why do we have laws? You can't just speak against our chiefs, even in our communities those days. Because you revere the chief, you respect them. Look, Akufo-Addo, I do not like him.
You don't like him?
I don't like Akufo-Addo, but it's not everything I can say about him.
Okay.
Why? Because he was a former president. Mm-hmm. He's an elderly person.
Sure.
I may have things I wish I could say against him. But because of his position, because he's an elderly person, and because I've been trained from a good home, you know, I cannot just get up and be saying anything about anybody. What I say?
Okay.
And I think that a call for the repeal of the law, no, I think law no chrono omuma emu impikramu
okay.
You see, the things people are using social media to do, and you see the problem is that nipa na say wudin we na oye by the time you go and correct it, you know, the damage had already been caused. What I say? And that's what is happening. People go and defame you, say all manner of things. By the time I say, you take the necessary action, the person will come, I apologize. How many people will hear the apology? Now, your name had been soiled already.
Okay.
And the law should be there. It's to serve as checks and balances for us, all of us, especially the youth of today. And on one who are loudmouth, who can say all manner of things.
Okay.
Especially for Christ's sake. We are Africans. We are Ghanaians. We come from a certain culture where we must respect the elderly, where we must honor people, our leaders, and all that, no matter what you feel or think about the person.
Very well.
And we should check the way we talk and the way we say things about people.